James 4, verse 4 says, "Adulterers and adulteresses, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Whoever therefore wants to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God." In this verse, James addresses the believers who are compromising their faith by aligning themselves with worldly values and desires. By calling them adulterers and adulteresses, he is using a metaphor that equates spiritual unfaithfulness to the sin of adultery. Throughout the Bible, God's relationship with his people is often portrayed as a covenant, similar to a marriage. When believers prioritize worldly pursuits over their relationship with God, it's like being unfaithful in a marriage. James warns that friendship with the world means being at odds with God. The world in this context refers to the values, systems, and desires that are opposed to God's will. Things such as materialism, selfishness, and the pursuit of pleasure at the expense of righteousness. Aligning ourselves with these worldly values makes us enemies of God. That is because they are contrary to his holiness and purpose for our lives. This verse challenges us to examine where our true alliance lies. Are we seeking to fit in with the world, or are we fully committed to following God, even when it means standing against the flow of popular culture? James doesn't mince words because he knows the seriousness of this issue. To be a friend of the world is to choose a path that ultimately leads away from God. As Christians, we are called to live in the world, but not to be of it. Our loyalty should be to God, and our values should reflect his righteousness, not to the fleeting standards of this world. This verse reminds us that we cannot serve two masters. Our relationship with God should be our priority, and we must guard against anything that competes with our devotion to him.